My boyfriend is immune to green tea tactics. Because he's so clueless, the green tea girl kept circling him, trying to undermine our relationship again and again. I couldn't stand it anymore, so I taught him a trick. My boyfriend understood. The next day, the green tea girl chirped, "Good morning, senior. What a coincidence to see you again." My boyfriend replied, "Good morning, I'm gay, surprised." The first time I met my boyfriend, he was trying to uproot a weeping willow. It was tree planting day. My roommate and I, members of the environmental club, were laboriously dragging a sapling into a pre-dug hole. She held the tree, I shoveled dirt. "Lily, don't you think your tree is a bit tilted?" my friend asked, craning her neck, a worried look on her face. She was right. Even to the naked eye, it was leaning. My brain short-circuited. I decided to do something that, looking back, I'm still not sure was a stroke of luck or misfortune, a betrayal of my ancestors. I spread my legs, lowered my body, gripping the sapling with both hands, using every ounce of my strength to pull it out. The result was a resounding crash amidst my roommate's wild laughter. "Haha, Lily, you really are an idiot." The sapling, roots and all, was yanked from the ground. Transparent sweat streamed down the rosy, friendly face of a laborer filled with pride and glory. In that suffocating silence, my future boyfriend, then a school photographer, stood agape, stunned by the scene before him. The camera in his hand didn't disappoint. Click, a glorious moment was captured. That evening, the school's information wall featured a post with a series of photos. "Heroic woman of unrivaled strength shines in green tree planting initiative." From that day on, my boyfriend Arthur was captivated by my unique charm, pursuing me relentlessly. And I too became famous across campus. 4 years of ding-dong, the WeChat notification echoed in the quiet study room. Looking at my boyfriend's back, deeply engrossed in his nap, I sighed and picked up his phone, intending to silence it. Unexpectedly, an unread message made me frown. "There, Arthur, I've really bothered you too much lately. Are you free this weekend? I'd like to treat you to a meal." Heart emoji, cute kitten sticker, asterisk. My boyfriend's name is Arthur Ma. Hearing Arthur Ma gives off the vibe of an overbearing CEO, but adding brother makes it sound gentler and more considerate. Such a nice sounding name, yet his surname is too practical. "Ma Arthur," I teased. "Your name is neither new nor old, it has a distinct provincial flavor." He wasn't convinced. "What's wrong with Ma? Many famous stars have the surname Ma." "Oh, tell me who," I challenged. He counted on his fingers. "Ma Ko, Ma Liang, Ma Jiyuan. Oh, almost forgot Ma Sanli too." "Are they all famous stars?" I asked innocently. He paused. "Isn't Ma Sanli a famous comedian?" "What about Neymar?" I prompted. "Neymar is, well, Neymar," he pondered. "But is Neymar's surname Ma?" Huh. I looked at the phone in my hand, then at my still sleeping boyfriend. I leaned close to his ear and whispered, "I've seen your phone, you know, I'm warning you, if you don't listen, it's your own guilty conscience." I skillfully typed 424, the unlock code. It wasn't my birthday, nor his. At first, I was curious if it was a family member's birthday or an ex's. Later, I couldn't help but ask him directly. To my surprise, he widened his eyes in astonishment. "You don't know." "That's the release date of Avengers, Endgame in China." He paused. "It's Iron Man's death anniversary." I was heartbroken. "So you wouldn't even break a bowl?" I finally understood why such a handsome man had been single for so many years before he met me. I scrolled down to see the chat between him and Chloe Jiang. I wish I hadn't. My eyes widened in shock. "Brother Arthur, are you there?" Question mark emoji asterisk. "This morning I bought bubble tea for my department, and I have 1 extra cup. I don't know anyone here, only Brother Arthur is so kind to me, so I left the bubble tea at your desk, okay?" "Oh, thanks," he sent her a money transfer. "Brother Arthur, you're too polite." She said that, but didn't hesitate to accept the money. "Brother Arthur, drink it secretly, okay? Don't let anyone else see, it's our little secret." I finished it, 3 sips done. Drinking bubble tea secretly. Are you a spy infiltrating enemy lines? Are you performing a 3 sips a pig act? The green tea girl persisted in her attack. "Brother Arthur, my hand hurts so much." I scrolled down, my fist clenched under the table. "Unbelievable, haha. You weren't very good at middle school, were you?" She sent a question mark emoji asterisk. This is 8th grade physics, for crying out loud. When the same force acts on an object's surface, the larger the contact area, the smaller the pressure, and the less pronounced the effect of the force. This is the force analysis diagram when you hold the bubble T the usual way, and this is the force analysis diagram if you place a cardboard piece under the handle. You're in college now, but have you returned all your middle school knowledge? Haha. Honestly, before reading this chat, I felt really sorry for myself. For a few short tens of seconds, I even mentally reenacted a full-blown drama of a betrayed wife and a fiery revenge plan. But now, I felt sorrier for the green tea girl. I had to admit, green tea is still green tea in my eyes. The story had long since reached a dead end, yet she continued as if nothing had happened, persistently clinging on, even as my boyfriend grew increasingly impatient, his reply intervals stretching to 1 or 2 days. She still refused to give up. "Brother Arthur, it's so dark outside, I'm scared. Can you come up to the 3rd floor to pick me up? You're the handsomest, brother, and I even treated you to bubble tea last time. Heart emoji asterisk." My beloved messaged back a reply that made my jaw drop. "You can walk and listen to the Internationale. Communism will dispel all darkness, demons, and evil spirits." "Brother Arthur," crying emoji, "can you help me fix my computer?" "I don't know." "Huh, aren't you a computer science major?" "Yes, but you can ask me about the relationship between the Z-transform of a sampled sequence and the discrete Fourier transform, DFT. For computer repairs, you should go to a shop." The girl fell silent, not replying. I switched off the phone and quietly woke up my boyfriend beside me. Arthur, eyes half closed, swallowed. "Is time up? I'm not done. Do you want to open a private tutoring class?" Joking aside, things needed to be made clear. I placed Chloe's chat interface in front of my boyfriend. First, I explained the whole situation, sincerely apologizing for looking at his messages without permission. Then, I meticulously analyzed each of Chloe's moves, elaborating on every hidden meaning behind her words. After a long explanation, my boyfriend finally understood one thing. "Arthur, so you mean, she likes me?" "Me, it could be." "Arthur, she said these things to me to pursue me." "Me, it could be pursuit, or it could just be flirting." Arthur scratched his chin, bewildered. "Why can't I feel anything?" "Me, try to feel it again." Arthur closed his eyes, seriously concentrating, then opened them. "I feel a bit confused, a bit foolish, a bit nauseous, a bit dizzy." "Arthur, and a bit hungry too. Let's go to the 3rd floor for braised chicken with soy sauce for lunch." "Me, I told you to use your brain, not stimulate your stomach." But he still wouldn't let it go. "Arthur, why? If she wants to pursue me, she's always asking me to do things for her. Shouldn't she be helping asterisk me with something instead?" "Me, isn't this girl the type who looks delicate and weak, speaks softly, walks gracefully like a lotus bud shyly swaying in a cool breeze?" "Arthur, how would I know?" "Me, didn't you meet her at your club's dinner party?" He looked at me as if I had asked a very absurd question. "Every time there's a dinner party, I pay 50 yuan to calculate how many crab legs, cod, and squid I can eat, which tastes better than steak, and how many slices each person gets. Not to observe what everyone looks like." "Me, all right, all right. Most men like girls who appear weak in front of them. That way, it stimulates their protective instincts and makes them feel stronger." Arthur looked perplexed. Why would they think that? If their image needs to rely on others to appear strong, doesn't that just prove they were already weak? Are they like, if someone steals their wallet, they'll think, "Wow, I must be super rich"? I don't like that type. I like strong, healthy people. No lotus buds, but fresh green desert onions. And they can even be made into a salad. Arthur looked at me with deep affection. "Just like you can eat a whole 2 pounds of braised beef." "I absolutely love that." My mouth twitched. Should I call him an idiot now or a genuine sweetheart? I took his hand. "Come on, let's go to the port and get a bowl of braised chicken with soy sauce." Arthur, happily eating the braised chicken with soy sauce he'd been craving day and night, looked like a joyful idiot. I picked up a chopstickful of stir-fried noodles and put them in my mouth. The intense aroma of cumin and Sichuan peppercorns stimulated my taste buds. The tender meat melted as soon as it hit my tongue, and the onions and green peppers soaked in the sweet, alluring sauce, combined with the chewy noodles, were truly a culinary delight. I took a sip of cold plum juice, letting out a satisfied sigh. The happiest moment in life, indeed, was mealtime every day. Brother Arthur, you're here too. A surprised voice dropped from above, shattering, no, asterisk crushing the happy expression on my face. The girl wore a pale-colored, form-fitting dress that accentuated her slender waist. Her face was delicate, her makeup subtle. You'd have to look closely to notice the 2 layers of ivory foundation and a natural-colored layer. She had even intentionally skipped eyeliner to create a pure, natural, makeup-free look. I had to admit she put in the effort. Chloe Jiang looked at Arthur with eyes full of affection. Arthur looked up. Arthur looked down. Arthur poked me. Hey, this must be that. Chloe Jiang, right? Me, who are you asking about? Seeing no reaction from him, Chloe picked up her food tray, a hint of awkwardness on her face. Still, I couldn't be heartless, so I nudged my bowl inward a bit, gesturing for her to sit opposite us. Chloe placed her tray in front of my asterisk spot, but then sat down right next to Arthur, directly facing him, and sweetly asked, "Brother Arthur, did you see my message? Why didn't you reply?" Arthur's tongue and lips were wrestling with a gigantic piece of chicken. He mumbled, "Yeah, I saw it. My girlfriend and I even had a heated debate about it." Chloe's eyes lit up, then immediately shifted to a surprised expression, subtly covering her mouth, feigning distress. "Oh, how could that be? Why would she think that of you, Brother Arthur? I truly only wanted to thank you. You've always been so good to me, always protecting and caring for me. I just wanted to treat you to a meal as thanks." How could I have any intention of ruining your relationship? Having said that, she turned to me, her willow leaf brows slightly furrowed, her eyes glistening with tears. "Your brother Arthur's girlfriend, right? Brother and I are truly just pure friends. He only sees me as a younger sister and takes care of me. Even if you don't like me, you can't distrust him, can you? If it were me, I would unconditionally support and trust him, and I wouldn't easily doubt his decisions." Tears on her eyelashes looked ready to fall. "Brother Arthur, am I right?" "What are you talking about?" Arthur finally swallowed his piece of chicken, staring blankly at Chloe. Arthur looked at her sincerely. "So, can you leave quickly? It's too cramped for 3 people to eat together." I covertly glanced at Chloe. This time, she really looked like she was about to cry, but she quickly regained her composure, smiling gently. "It's okay, I eat very little, I'll be done quickly." And indeed, it was very little. A huge food tray, but on it, only a bowl of the cafeteria's free soup. Chloe picked up her spoon, blew on it a few times, and delicately took a sip of seaweed egg drop soup. She ate it as if she were savoring premium caviar. I was genuinely impressed and couldn't help but clap my hands in applause. Chloe glanced at my bowl of noodles, feigning surprise. "Sister, what's in your bowl?" "What else, isn't it?" Arthur was about to speak, but then he looked at Chloe's food tray and his words immediately caught in his throat. "Oh my God," he blurted out. The annoyance on his face vanished, replaced by a look of profound pity. He waved his hand at Chloe, gently saying, "You don't need to say anything else, I understand." I myself didn't understand what he understood, but Arthur's next action made me spit out my mouthful of plum juice. He subtly pointed in one direction and whispered, "The free meal assistance area is over there. Don't worry, there's nothing to be ashamed of. Besides, the school will definitely protect your privacy." Then he pointed at my bowl of noodles, seriously explaining, "These are delicious noodles." Chloe's face instantly turned as red as pig's liver. I had to pinch my thigh tightly to keep from bursting into laughter. "No, you misunderstand," Chloe said gently. "So it turns out she really ate a bowl of noodles all by herself?" She smiled at Arthur. "I thought you were intentionally teasing her, Brother Arthur. After all, what girl can eat a whole bowl of noodles by herself?" She took another sip of soup, seeming to only touch the water to her lips, and said gently, "Like me, a small bowl of soup is enough for me every meal." Arthur looked at her, seemingly deep in thought. He hesitated for a moment, then finally couldn't help but speak. He said gravely, "I really think you should go to the hospital for a checkup. My granduncle was the same before he passed away. He only ate a small bowl a day and only offal too." Chloe couldn't help but yell, "I'm not sick." Arthur was still very hesitant. "But you don't look normal at all." I hooked my arm through his. "Let's change our order today. Let's eat vegetarian." Arthur immediately understood. "Okay, let's go buy fried crispy fish." Arthur's immunity to Chloe Jiang's relentless attacks stemmed from his inherent straightforwardness. Both his parents were scientists who valued efficiency and directness in everything they did. This simple family environment shaped his kind, yet somewhat clumsy personality. I didn't dislike his clumsiness. In fact, I even found it a little endearing. But while I explained Chloe's behavior and motives to him, I deliberately hid the underlying malice in her actions. To me, despite his limited experience with women, Arthur always respected them and naturally assumed all women would respect each other. I didn't think he could fully grasp Chloe's true intentions, nor did I want to shatter his rare innocence. So, I told Arthur that if he encountered Chloe again, he should simply lie low. No matter what she said, he should skillfully use linguistic artistry to subtly diffuse all her tricks. Arthur followed my advice. In reality, Chloe had been actively seeking every opportunity to accidentally run into him lately. The next day, as we were queuing for soy milk as usual, Chloe appeared with a radiant smile. A doll-collar shirt paired with a pleated skirt, small leather shoes with square buckles revealing her slender, beautiful legs. She was like a fresh breeze blowing into the cafeteria at 8 a.m., dispelling the heavy scent of food, making everyone turn their heads. She stood in front of Arthur and naturally greeted him. "Good morning, senior. What a coincidence to see you again." In that moment, I could almost hear the jealous murmurs of many guys around us, lamenting how lucky Arthur was, a darling of fate. Arthur pondered for 2 seconds, then looked up. "Good morning. Actually, I'm gay." His voice wasn't loud, but it was enough for those around to hear. Chloe's eye twitched, her fake smile momentarily cracking. "Brother Arthur, you're such a joker. I saw you with her just the other day." Just then, I poked my head out from beside him. "Good morning, I'm his wife." Arthur seriously corrected me. "Lily, you shouldn't joke about vulnerable communities. I'm sorry." I asked him, "What do you do if you say something wrong?" "What do you do?" I asked. "You say fft and knock on wood 3 times. I did 3 times into the air, then knocked on Arthur's head. Arthur, satisfied, gave me a thumbs up in praise, then turned to Chloe. "You must be laughing at me. My girlfriend is quite fond of talking nonsense. That was just a joke. How could she be a wife/husband? Arthur added. "She's a man, don't doubt me." He stared intently at the dumbfounded Chloe, seriously stating, "She's my husband. She just wears women's clothes." Arthur poked me. "Honey, say something." I looked around and noticed everyone had automatically backed away, forming a 1-meter radius circle, as if we had just displayed a yellow QR code in public. Originally, my plan was for Arthur to use linguistic artistry to subtly reject Chloe, making her either retreat gracefully or become infuriated. But now, an unforeseen path had opened. It was highly possible Chloe would simply think we were crazy and, like the audience watching a play, avoid Arthur and me. Thinking this, I immediately took Arthur's hand and told her, "Hello, I'm his husband." Before the afternoon, Harper's call came. "Harper, I saw you, you big bully." "Harper, listen to this headline. Cafeteria number 2 features a female husband. Is it Yuri or BL?" Harper, her language was crude but rhymed well, her talent was undeniable. What else can I say? Instead of picking wildflowers for love, why not grow a few more yourself? I cursed. The more I thought, the angrier I got. I hung up and went to Jihu, searching for, "Can I claim compensation for hurtful comments received online?" The hottest comment, "Damn it, go, share half with me." I really wanted to cut off everyone's internet connection. After hearing the whole cafeteria story, Harper was not only furious to the point of her hair standing on end, but also filled with righteous indignation. She was also a member of the press club, so she knew some inside information. It turned out Chloe Jiang was a repeat offender. As long as the target had one of 3 qualities: good looks, family background, or decent academic performance, she would actively approach them, trying to make them fall at her feet. Especially guys who already had girlfriends were her prime targets. She often chose to make a move right in front of others or leave ambiguous messages on WeChat. Even if she couldn't make the guy pursue her, she could plant a seed of doubt in the couple's relationship. In this light, she wasn't genuinely interested in Arthur Ma. She was just trying to prove her own appeal. But, Harper added, after being humiliated by your boyfriend like that, she might be even more determined to conquer him. This wasn't wrong. There's a term called sunk cost fallacy. The more one invests in something, the harder it is to give up. Chloe Jiang had been relentlessly pursuing Arthur all this time, but the more she failed, the more persistent and unwilling to quit she became. Moreover, I had a hunch she was preparing a decisive strike, and indeed, this move came sooner than I expected. A A few days later, Chloe Jiang sent a message inviting everyone in the press club's group chat to karaoke that weekend for her birthday. "You must come too, brother Arthur. Everyone will be there." Her voice in the voice message was both playful and sweet. I grabbed Arthur's hand just as he was about to decline. It was time to end this. Instead of letting her continue to harass us, it was better to settle it once and for all. We should have done this sooner. Harper supported my decision. "There's a great saying, flies don't kill people, but they drive them mad. You're a woman of legendary strength who can uproot a willow tree. How can you keep retreating before a small green tea be *TCH? There's a great saying, a small tree not pruned won't grow straight. A person not trained will be a fool. There's a great saying, if you want to forge iron, you must hold the tongs yourself. If you want to grow rice, you must go down to the fields yourself. There's a great saying." I couldn't take it anymore and cut her off. "Where do you get all these sayings from?" "Never mind," Harper shook her head. "It's better to think about what to wear and how to do your makeup this weekend. Don't let her intimidate you." We looked at each other and smiled. Honestly, I wasn't too worried about this gathering. In such situations, as long as the person being tempted stands firm and the couple trusts each other, no matter what tricks the other party pulls, it won't shake the foundation of our relationship. But there was one saying we had forgotten. Underestimate the enemy, lose Jingzhu. Be arrogant, lose Jiating. That was the last thought that flashed through my mind when I saw Chloe Jiang fall. The lights in the KTV room flickered brightly. The table was laden with snacks and soft drinks. The 10-inch birthday cake exuded a sweet milky cream scent. Chloe Jiang today was not wearing her usual pale-colored outfits. Instead, she chose a sleeveless red dress that accentuated her snow-white skin. The flared skirt didn't detract from her usual cuteness. On the contrary, it made her look more alluring. A small crown was nestled amidst her thick black hair, making her look like a princess. She was a very smart girl. Under the heavy KTV lights, pale colors would look dull, but a red dress shone like a blooming rose, standing out in the crowd. Not only that, she had deliberately applied glitter eye makeup, making her even more captivating. Seeing us walk in, her eyes lit up, and she quickly ran over to greet us. "Brother Arthur, you really came, I'm so happy." She covered her mouth, smiling, and looked at the paper bag in Arthur's hand. "Is this for me?" Arthur handed over the paper bag. "Happy birthday, Chloe Jiang," he added. Harper was about to burst out laughing but managed to stifle it in her throat. I had to pinch my arm to avoid falling into the same state. Arthur clearly realized his mistake and quickly corrected himself. No, I meant Chloe Yang. Is this a guessing game?" "Brother Arthur, you're such a joker." Chloe tried to keep a natural expression as she opened the paper bag. Inside was a computer basics practice book. "I hope you can gain more knowledge through this and one day fix your own computer," Arthur said honestly. "If I were her, I'd immediately throw that book straight at your boyfriend's face," Harper whispered to me. Chloe Jiang, true to form, didn't get angry. Instead, she took the paper bag and pouted playfully. "You're so mean, choosing such a gift to tease me, but you're a boy, so it's normal not to know how to pick gifts for girls. I forgive you." She smiled, then turned to me. "Sister, I'm sure you choose much better gifts than him, right?" Many people started to pay attention to us. I decided to be direct. "I just came with my boyfriend. We haven't talked much before, and I didn't know everyone was preparing gifts, so I didn't bring anything. Sorry, happy birthday." Under the watchful eyes of the crowd, Chloe Jiang's lips curved slightly, but she quickly looked up and hastily said, "No, I didn't mean that. Even if you don't think you know me, I've always considered you a good friend. Today is my long-awaited birthday, and even if you didn't bring a gift, I still—" "She did bring one," Arthur interjected. Everyone looked at him. He took my hand, his voice full of certainty. "She brought the whole room." The room fell silent. A few seconds later, Harper poked her head out. I attended. Arthur turned to Chloe Jiang. "Can we come in and sit down?" He seemed quite displeased that she hadn't driven us away. We sat in a corner. He whispered, "I thought she would kick us out. Then I'd have a reason to follow you. I didn't expect her to be so generous." "The most generous person is Lily," Harper interjected. "If I knew someone was talking like that, I'd run 1,000 miles to strangle him." Arthur looked at me gratefully. "Lily, you're so generous." Harper leaned close to my ear and whispered, "Your boyfriend really wears his heart on his sleeve, doesn't he?" I said confidently, "He's a genuine idiot." Perhaps our little commotion was too lively, so Chloe Jiang walked straight to our table. But she wasn't targeting Arthur, she was targeting me. "Can we talk for a moment?" she smiled. "Whatever you two need to discuss, just say it here," Harper warned, standing up defensively, but I stopped her. "All right," I looked at Chloe. "I've decided to end everything today." She led me outside the door, wasting no time and getting straight to the point. "I'm interested in your boyfriend. You should back off." Even though I was mentally prepared, I was still taken aback by her bluntness. "Next, are you going to offer me 10 million yuan? Seeing no reaction from her, I added, "A little less is fine too." "I knew you wouldn't agree." Chloe Jiang ignored my words and scoffed. "Well then, that's fine, he'll be mine sooner or later anyway." She casually fiddled with her nails. "I'm sure your roommate has told you about me, right? So you should know I understand men much better than you do. In general, all it takes is a little flick of my wrist and they'll immediately come running. Especially those who already have girlfriends. Do you think you're special?" Let me tell you, when men look at a third party outside their relationship, they don't use substitution, they use addition. No man can resist the joy of having both, especially with a beautiful, seemingly harmless girl who admires them. I admit your boyfriend is a bit special. Otherwise, I wouldn't have spent so much time on him. But no matter how special he is, he's still just a man, and all men have weaknesses. She looked me up and down, a slight sneer on her lips. "You're no great beauty either. I've seen your photo series on the school's fashion wall. It was truly laughable. A girl who doesn't care about her image, doing such rough manual labor. Men prefer delicate, gentle girls they can lean on, you know. With you in photos hugging trees like that, who would want you? You're not like a woman at all," she concluded. She wasn't wrong. I wasn't asterisk like asterisk a woman. I nodded, then shook my head. But I don't need to asterisk be like asterisk a woman, because I am asterisk a woman. I am part of the group of people called women. I don't need to live according to a concept, because my very existence defines that concept. Whatever I am, women can be. I looked at Chloe Jiang and suddenly felt very sad, as if looking into a mirror. In the mirror was a person shackled all over. My gaze angered Chloe Jiang. "You think you've won, don't you?" She glared at me, full of malice. "You think your relationship is so solid?" I watched her lean backward. Crash, she fell to the ground. The bustling atmosphere in the KTV room immediately fell silent. Only the hollow background music echoed. Everyone was stunned by the scene. The KTV door was heavy. Chloe Jiang, having prepared in advance, fell with great force. She had a few scratches on her, and her arm, braced against the ground, was chafed raw and red, stark against her fair skin. I unconsciously stepped forward to help her, but she trembled and recoiled like a frightened deer. She cried out in pain, "Sister, do you hate me that much? I truly didn't mean to steal your boyfriend, I only see him as an older brother, and yet you won't spare me." Large, round tears streamed down from the corners of her eyes, which were adorned with shimmering pink eyeshadow, now looking as fragile as her tears. "If you don't like me, you could have told me and I would have stayed away from him. But why did you push me right in front of everyone on my birthday?" She staggered, trying to stand up but fell several times as if her leg was severely injured. Someone, unable to bear it, helped her up. Whispers began to circulate. "Isn't that the girl who didn't bring a gift earlier? That's too much. Jealous women are truly scary, to make someone fall to this extent." Arthur was startled by the scene. His brain froze for a few seconds before reacting, hastily pushing through the crowd to my side. He squeezed my hand, the warm temperature from his fingers dispelling the cold around me. He looked at Chloe Jiang, frowning. "Lily, you can't do such a thing. Did you fall on your own? Is there some misunderstanding between you two?" Chloe Jiang remained silent, tears streaming down her face. She didn't need to speak because there were already many people behind her. Indeed, someone spoke up. "Misunderstanding? What misunderstanding? The door is so heavy, how could she fall on her own? Your girlfriend is too petty. What couldn't be discussed properly that she had to push someone on their birthday? Chloe, is your hand okay? Oh dear, it's bleeding." I looked at Chloe Jiang. Her youthful, beautiful face was drenched in tears, but beneath those tears, malice writhed like a snake. Harper pushed through the crowd, angrily yelling, "Chloe Jiang, have you no shame? You like Lily's boyfriend, you know he has a girlfriend, and you still cling to him. Dare to open your WeChat and let everyone see what you've sent. Don't want to be a pathetic victim. Then why don't you just fall dead? Why don't you kneel and kowtow in front of everyone? The more she spoke, the angrier she got, pointing at Chloe Jiang's face. Don't say Lily didn't push you. With what you've done, you deserve to be pushed into the Huangpu River. It's a good thing she's forgiving. Otherwise, if it were me, on the very first day you stalked my boyfriend, I would have given you 2 slaps, not let you run wild like this. Chloe Jiang's face turned pale as she subtly shook her head in the arms of those supporting her. I took a deep breath and looked directly at her. Chloe Jiang, this is the first time I've officially spoken to you. In recent days, you have repeatedly created accidental encounters with my boyfriend, called him Brother Arthur, sent messages on WeChat without any boundaries, and found all sorts of reasons to meet him. Today, you called me out, warned me to stay away from my boyfriend, and even didn't hesitate to fall in front of everyone to falsely accuse me of pushing you. You are very smart. You know that weakness can be a weapon, because people always have compassion, especially in the eyes of your club members. Between a stranger like me and an injured person like you, they will surely believe you more. I will leave here with my friends, because even if you say you always considered me a friend, I cannot feel any goodwill from you. After I leave, you can continue your story, turning me into a selfish bully to gain everyone's sympathy. I looked at her deeply, then said, because I don't care about any of that. I don't care what you think of me, nor do I care what the people around you think of me. I have my own life, and I have someone I love. I squeezed Arthur's hand tightly. I have people who share friendship with me. Harper smiled at me from the crowd. I have their trust, their love, and their friendship. Don't you know? These things cannot be stolen by tricks. Perhaps you have taken much affection from others, but you have never had anyone you could fully and wholeheartedly trust. Because when you gain something from others and become its owner, you begin to fear that someone else will steal it. You will never truly understand the absolute sincerity of the word, trust. Today is your birthday. I hope it will be the day you truly mature. From now on, you can continue to use all means to fight for what you want, but don't interfere with the lives of others anymore, and especially, don't use self-harm as a tool. This is my birthday gift to you. I gently pulled Harper and Arthur. Let's go. Arthur didn't budge. After a long moment, he found his voice. I understand now. He looked at me, his face as if just awakened. She likes me and doesn't want us together, so she intentionally fell to make me think you're a bad person. See, Harper scanned the room, then said, even this idiot understands now. Just then, the background music ended perfectly. The room became eerily silent. Suddenly, Arthur let go of my hand and strode towards Chloe Jiang. Is he going to hit her? I was so startled I forgot to speak. But he stopped, bowed down, bending 90 degrees. I'm sorry, he said loudly and clearly. Even above Chloe Jiang's head, a question mark seemed to appear. Arthur looked at her, his voice as sincere as ever. I don't know what it is about me that you like, but if there's something about me that caught your eye and I haven't been able to convey something important to you, that my girlfriend is an excellent person, then that's my fault. I apologize to you. Lily, my girlfriend, is an absolutely wonderful person. She is kind, gentle, forgiving, likes to do charity, cares about food prices, and rescues wild animals. She has countless virtues that I can't even list, because only by truly getting to know her can you understand how precious she is. If you like me but hate Lily, it only proves one thing: I haven't done well enough. I haven't been able to make you realize that I am in love with an amazing person. Therefore, I apologize to you. Arthur bowed to Chloe Jiang again. Then, he turned and once again took my hand. Let's go. I let him pull me out of the room, a sudden stinging sensation in my nose. It was then that I realized something. I had lied. I had told myself I didn't want to taint his innocence, but when I truly asked my heart, what I genuinely feared was that if I told him everything, he might ask me in surprise, "Why do you think so badly of others?" His kindness was like a ray of light, and I was like a moth irresistibly drawn to it. He brought light, but my own wings cast a shadow at his feet. Light can make bright places brighter, but it can also make shadows deeper. I was afraid that in that darkness, I would see my own ugliness. I proudly boasted about the trust he had in me, but in reality, I couldn't fully trust him. And in the face of human complexity, his truly sincere answer made me unable to hold back my tears. Didn't get any good bites, huh? Should we go get some baked clay cakes? Arthur turned to look at me, suddenly hiccuping in surprise. Oh no, why are you crying? At first, I was only silently crying, but hearing him say that, I immediately burst into loud sobs. Ah, are you hurt somewhere? Arthur panicked, trying to comfort me, fumbling all over himself but finding no tissues. I pulled his sleeve and wiped all my tears and snot on it, sobbing, "Arthur, you're too good. I don't want to live anymore. I want to break up with you." Arthur asked, "What about the baked clay cakes?" I sniffled, still eating them. "Harper, so you too ate 5 baked clay cakes." "Harper, did you too forget something, like your good sister left at the scene?" "Harper, is there no room for me in your love?" I lay sprawled on the table, pinching my belly fat, grumbling at Arthur. "I feel like I've gained a lot of weight since I met you." Arthur took out a scratch pad from his pocket and opened it. "Me, what are you doing?" "Arthur, I'm going to calculate your annual weight gain rate, combined with your BMI, to predict how long you'll stay within the normal range." "Me, you should have said I'm not fat at all, that you don't think I've gained any weight." And the result was, amidst the roaring laughter of my roommates, "Haha, Lily, you really are an idiot," along with a resounding crash as the sapling was uprooted, transparent sweat glistening on the rosy, friendly face of a laborer. I stood there, proud and glorious. "Me, waya, brother Arthur." "Arthur, you're not fat at all. I don't think you're fat. You're not fat at all. I don't think you're fat. You're not fat at all. I don't think you're fat. You're not fat at all. I don't think you're fat." I was satisfied, but immediately after, Arthur pulled out a bag of braised pig ears, shook it in front of me. "Then I'll eat this alone." I hit him, "You jerk, then are we breaking up or not?" "Me, breaking up then." Arthur nodded, opened the bag. "Then I'll go find my ex-girlfriend to eat with." "Me, don't lie to me, where would you find an ex-girlfriend?" Before I could finish, a piece of pig ear was shoved into my mouth. Arthur pushed the entire bag in front of me, smiling, "Isn't it you?"